welcome to ERi-TV, dear viewers. This is English news broadcast for today, January 30, at exactly 10:30 p.m. local time here in the capital, Asmara. Coming up are the major headlines for today. President Isaias Afwerki met with the chairperson of the African Union Commission. The Ministry of Information conducts a 2024 annual activity assessment meeting. No survivors after American Airlines jet and Black Hawk crash near D.C. And Egypt and Kenya sign 12 agreements. On your domestic reports, President Isaias Afwerki met this morning at the Denden Guest House with a delegation led by His Excellency Musa Faki Mohammed, the chairperson of the African Union Commission. The meeting focused on extensive discussions regarding the current challenges facing the African Union and the future direction of the continental organization. During the talks, Chairperson Faki Mohammed highlighted the significant hurdles impeding Africa's progress, particularly the ongoing security and stability challenges that continue to affect various parts of the continent. He pointed out that these issues are compounded by internal weaknesses, external interference, and the failure of African Union member states to meet their financial obligations, making the African Union Commission less reliant on its own resources. Faki Mohammed further emphasized the impact of internal and interstate conflicts, crisis, terrorism, and the marginalization of Africa in international forums. These challenges, he noted, have constrained the pace of progress across the continent. In light of these issues, the African Union Commission chairperson called for increased contribution and active participation from Eritrea in efforts to overcome these challenges. In response, President Isaias Afwerki stressed the importance of resolving Africa's problems through African solutions. He underscored those persistent external interventions, often carried out under various pretexts, are largely driven by the desire to exploit Africa's vast natural resources that account for 60% of the world's total. The president called for Africa to free itself from this exploitation and take charge of its own future. President Isaias also emphasized that true sustainable development and prosperity cannot be achieved without lasting peace and stability. He argued that African nations must focus on nation building, grounded in citizenship, and work together on regional partnerships, utilizing their own internal resources to resolve challenges. Additionally, President Isaias pointed out the need for structural reforms within the African Union to enhance its operational efficiency and effectiveness in addressing the continent's issues. In other news, the Ministry of Information of the State of Eritrea held its 2024 annual activity assessment meeting today, 30 January, at Hager Hall. The meeting included discussions on the ministry's achievements in 2024 and plans for the upcoming year. In his address, the Minister of Information, Mr. Yamana Gebrameskel, presented a comprehensive report on the ministry's activities. He noted that 28 major programs had been planned for 2024. And with significant investment and effort, most of them had been successfully implemented. A key focus of the ministry's efforts was expanding information dissemination, both in quality and quantity. Mr. Yamana highlighted that extensive program audits had been carried out across all media outlets, including radio, television, print media, news agencies, and social media, and that necessary improvements had been made to enhance content quality. He emphasized that these efforts were crucial for providing accurate, timely, and relevant information to the public. The minister also reported significant progress in technical and engineering programs aimed at ensuring uninterrupted global dissemination of news. Investments in modernizing and digitizing both terrestrial and satellite equipment have enabled radio and TV programs to be broadcast worldwide without disruption. In the realm of information technology, Mr. Yamana highlighted substantial investments in infrastructure to ensure seamless communication between regional branches and the main headquarters. These included expanding digital storage, upgrading computer system servers, and digitizing newspapers. He reported that encouraging progress has been made in these areas. However, the minister acknowledged that the planned digital migration of ERi-TV had not been fully completed in 2024, though efforts are ongoing to achieve this goal. On social media engagement, Mr. Yaman expressed satisfaction with the ministry's growing presence on platforms like YouTube, X, formerly known as Twitter, and Facebook. He noted that these platforms have played a crucial role in expanding the outreach of Eritrean TV, radio, and newspaper programs to the diaspora and international audiences. To strengthen the ministry's capacity, Mr. Yaman highlighted that 88 employees had received training both within the country and abroad. This ongoing professional development ensures the ministry's workforce is well equipped to meet its goals. The minister also acknowledged the collaborative nature of the ministry's work, noting that the success of the ministry's programs is heavily reliant on partnership with other ministries and institutions. Their cooperation has been instrumental in achieving the ministry's objectives. Looking ahead, Mr. Yaman outlined the planned programs for 2025, which were discussed in depth by meeting participants. Several recommendations were adopted to further enhance the ministry's efforts in the coming year. In conclusion, the minister extended his appreciation to all members of the Ministry of Information and called for continued dedication and enhanced efforts to meet the challenges and goals in the future. Still with your domestic reports, the PFDJ, People's Front for Democracy and Justice, branch in Germany held its second Congress on 25 January in Frankfurt. The event was attended by 20 representatives from various PFDJ sub-branches across Germany. In his opening remarks, Mr. Johannes Mavratu, head of the PFDJ branch in Germany, highlighted that while regional-level meetings have been held for the past 30 years, the past 2 years have seen these discussions shift to a national level in Germany. He urged the participants to reflect on the current chapter of the organization and assess its progress. Mr. Johannes Waldu, charge d'affaires of the Eritrean embassy in Germany, described the Congress as particularly significant, coming directly after the successful international conference on Eritrea studies in Asmara. He called for a renewed focus on strengthening the organizational capacity of the youth in 2025. Mr. Kahsai Tawalde, head of Public and Community Affairs, emphasized the core values of nationalism, unity, and quality within the PFDJ. He reminded the leaders of the branches and the sub-branches of their crucial responsibility to nurture and uphold these values during this pivotal time. The Congress participants engaged in comprehensive discussions on the political reports presented by the Managing Committee. A new Managing Committee was elected for a 2-year term, and attendees expressed their commitment to ensuring the success of the outlined programs. Representatives from the National Union of Eritrean Women and local communities delivered messages of solidarity at the event. In related news, PFDJ organizations as well as YPFDJ, community groups and National Union of Eritrean Women branches in Riyadh and Dammam, Saudi Arabia, have recently held their annual activity assessment meetings. Additionally, the Consulate General of Eritrea in Milan, under the leadership of Mr. Takhlesembet Imam, conducted a Zoom seminar for organizing committees on consular services, regulations and guidelines. Dear viewers, we'll be back shortly with your international reports and more, so please stay tuned. Welcome back. Officials said that no one is believed to have survived after a plane and helicopter crashed in mid-air over Washington, D.C.'s Potomac River. 64 people were on the American Airlines flight and 3 on the military helicopter when their aircraft collided near Ronald Reagan National Airport. Washington, D.C. Fire Chief John Donnelly believes no survivors are likely, as he said that 28 bodies were recovered from the Potomac River. According to the fire chief, they have switched from a rescue operation to a recovery operation. As per reports, due to the incident, the Ronald Reagan National Airport will cancel all its flights until tomorrow, January 31st. On today's final report, after touching down in Cairo, President William Ruto signed 12 deals with the Egyptian counterpart. Their aim is to boost trade, investment, education and technological exchanges between the two nations. One of the topics discussed during the meeting of the two leaders was the situation in war-torn Gaza. Trump's comments that Gaza should be cleared out sparked widespread criticism. It is unclear if the U.S. president could force the two countries to agree to the suggestion. That was all with your domestic and international reports, dear viewers, and now recap of the major headlines. President Isaias Afwerki met the chairperson of the African Union Commission. The Ministry of Information conducts a 2024 annual activity assessment meeting. No survivors after American Airlines jet and Black Hawk crash near D.C. And Egypt and Kenya signed 12 agreements. Dear viewers, thanks for watching and have a good one.